Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Thompson here, the Transworks preview of the Betstar Champions Cup. That's what we're here for. I'm joined by Terry Wallace, the Premiership player at the Hawks and superstar here on 11:16 SEN, to talk about this great competition, Terry.
Oh, no doubt. Look, 9 teams going head-to-head from both the country areas plus the Metropolitan. We were there last year, saw it all unfold, and just a ripping competition.
Yep, we'll be out there again, yourself, myself, 11:16 SEN, with live crosses from Bulleen Park. 3 ovals in action for the Betstar Champions Cup. And as you mentioned, Terry, 9 teams, 9 of the best premiership teams from right around Victorian local footy, going at it for the chance to win $10,000 cash toward their club. Pretty nice little win there.
Well, it is, and from a Betstar point of view, it's confusing to know actually who you're going to go for. I know you'll probably stick with your country teams. I think I've just probably got a bit of a Metropolitan flavour about it. What I like this year as well is that they've decided the E.J. Whitten Footy Expo is going to be on the day as well, and they've got great support from sponsors such as Club Warehouse, Elastoplast, Bogues Draft and Fit Health Insurance. So what it actually does, go along to the games, go to the 3 grounds, watch all the games unfolding to see who's going to get through to that semi-final stage, but you also have an opportunity for your club to actually better itself and be learning from the best of the best and finding out how to run your club more efficiently and effectively.
Certainly will be. These sponsors will be there. The E.J. Whitten Footy Expo, that'll be there for you to use all of the facilities and find out what these sponsors can do for your club. Also, sports support. You can check them out on sportsupport.com.au, all about bettering your club. If your local club is in a bit of financial trouble or struggling with suppliers, sportsupport.com.au is the place to go. Nathan Thompson and Terry Wallace here. This is the Transworks Footy Preview. When we return, we're going to go through all 9 teams. All right, Plough, it's time to get into the teams, the most important part of the day, the Betstar Champions Cup, and I know you want to start with the Metropolitan teams, but I'm going to take a bit of liberty here, Terry, and start with the regionals, and why not starting in the GVFL, the Goulburn Valley Football League, their champions, premiership team from last year, Shepparton United, going to be very hard to beat. Mark Quarrell, the coach, a very experienced coach.
Well, he's a legend of the bush, but you've got to sort of say that the Goulburn Valley are the number 1 side in the Victorian Country Football League at the moment, so the best side from the best competition, going to be tough to beat.
I tell you what, they're going to get some competition from a Southern League. Well, it's not the Southern League, it's the Mornington Peninsula Football League. Terry, Cranbourne, undefeated last year, premiership team. They've got a lot of stars running around.
Yeah, and kept most of their players from last year, so you'd expect them to be really strong.
Geelong Football League, we can't forget about them. Bell Park, very hard to beat. They knocked off last year's winner from this competition in South Barwon.
Yeah, Ben Armstrong, their coach, has been right behind this competition the whole way, and I think that they'll be really one of the sides to beat.
One of your old players, Mitch Farmer, lining up for Romsey. They're from the Riddle and District Football League. They're a strong team. Also recruited some young local players to give their opportunity a go.
Yeah, well, that's a good get to get Mitch Farmer to the side. And Gary Moorcroft used to play with Romsey. After the break, we might just find out who he's playing with now, because I think he's playing against his old side.
Certainly is. Nathan Thompson, Terry Wallace. This is the Transworks preview for the Betstar Champions Cup. All right, Terry, time now to talk about the Metropolitan teams. You mentioned Gary Moorcroft. What about this team, Bundoora? Are they a chance for the Betstar Champions Cup?
Well, my good mate Phil Malin coaches them. They've star-studded lineup. We spoke about Gary Moorcroft before the break. He's a star player, but none better than Cam Cloak as well, who starred in last year's grand final.
We'll talk about his brother a little bit later as well. He's involved in this Champions Cup. But let's talk about Spotswood from the Western Region Football League and talk about knowing how to win premierships, Terry. They'll bring some toughness to the competition.
Yeah, 4 out of the last 5 premierships. What a magnificent performance that is. And Jason Cloak will be coming up against his brother, which will be fascinating to watch as well.
Certainly will. Of course, Defender v4, that'll be a good one to watch. I'll tell you what, there is another team, though, the Essendon District Football League Premiers. It's a strong league. Terry, Strathmore, they got the victory last year. Can they be a team that takes it all the way in the Champions Cup?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of Digby Morell as a coach, and I just think that he's doing a great job, and that has become a really strong league in the last couple of seasons.
A little bit of an unknown to me, St Paul's. Terry, what do you know about them? They'll be saddling up for a chance to take out the cup, and I'm sure there's a bit of confidence in the side.
Yeah, well, I know that they've got a bit of a connection with Wodonga, and Chad Liddell, who's a player that I've always really liked. I'm looking forward to sort of seeing him on the day.
This is a team I know well. They've been runners-up in the Eastern District Football League, Division 1 to Noble Park, both the last 2 seasons. Scoresby, very strong team, recruited well, Terry, and I think they're looking forward to a big year.
Yeah, well, they've got Jared Goldsack, obviously the brother of Tyson, but the guy that I like is Jaden Hogle. I've seen a fair bit of him at Box Hill, a really nice little player, so look out for him on the day.
It's going to be a big day, Terry. 9 teams, 9 of the best teams, the Betstar Champions Cup. Welcome back to the Transworks preview of the Betstar Champions Cup. Nathan Thompson and Terry Wallace here. Well, we were fortunate enough to play AFL, but lovers of local football as well. Terry, we were there last year. I think we're going to have another fantastic day.
Yeah, look, it was just a really great day last year. I mean, obviously the grand final won by South Barwon, but some of the games throughout the course of the day, just neck and neck, right down to the wire. Teams sort of trying to push through to get to that semi-final stage. It was brilliant.
I tell you what, Sports Support and all of the Betstar Champions Cup bringing a new element to the Champions Cup this year, and I'm talking about new technology, player, a new iPhone application where you, the viewer, you, the football lover, can actually follow all of the local team scores right throughout the day. The way you do it is make a phone call, Terry. Simple as that. Pick up the phone and ring 8506 5775. I better give that number again for all of our viewers. 8506 5775 on your iPhone and get connected to the official app. What will happen, Terry? You'll receive a text message from that, and all of a sudden you'll get that app. You'll be able to follow the instructions, and you'll be able to follow the Betstar Champions Cup right throughout the day with live scores.
Yeah, great innovation from an old mate of mine, old teammate Russell Morris. But certainly I think the whole idea of being able to have all the scores come through, all the timekeeping done on this app, a brilliant idea.
Absolutely fantastic, Terry. We don't have to worry about that person falling asleep behind the timekeeper's box anymore and getting the times wrong as well. Fantastic stuff. You can follow the Betstar Champions Cup from wherever you are on Bulleen Park watching games. You can know the scores from the other ground. It's going to be wonderful on your iPhone app. So make sure you call that number 8506 5775. And of course, don't forget, if you are a local supporter or football or involved in a football club, there is the E.J. Whitten Footy Expo at the ground with all of the sponsors and sports support as well, trying to help and teach you better ways to look after your local football club, Terry.
I think that's a great innovation this year. Not only are you going to be able to watch the games, but to be able to go along, bring your club along and actually learn from the best of the best, just to find out exactly the way you ought to be running your footy club. Great innovation.
Brought to you by Betstar, of course, the Betstar Champions Cup. It's just going to be fantastic, Terry. March the 18th, starting from 11 a.m. Don't forget, SEN 11:16 will be there. Of course, you and I, Terry, will be out there covering the day live on 11:16 SEN with crosses.
Well, we'll be there, and come up and say good day.
Tickets will be available online at sportsupport.com.au. Box office or at the gate as well. Remember, sports support. If your club's in a bit of trouble, I know mine was, Terry, Kyneton Football Club, we needed some help. Sports support is the way to go. Well, Terry, that's been the Transworks preview for the Betstar Champions Cup. Look forward to seeing you out there on March the 18th.
Yeah, I can't wait for it all. And look, thanks to Transworks for all their support with this competition.
To Betstar as well, to all of the sponsors, to sports support, it's going to be a huge day. Make sure you get out there. Bulleen Park, March the 18th, 11 a.m, 9 great teams and a wonderful day of football.